Hello, here again, Steve Kaufman, and today I'm going to talk about pronunciation and culture. So take my glasses off, I don't need them. Remember, if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe, click on the bell for notifications, and if you're following me on a podcast network, please leave a review. So today I have the pleasure of speaking with Iryna. Iryna has a YouTube channel, and I will leave a link in the description box. And her background is very interesting. She traveled from Ukraine to Mexico. So as a Ukrainian, of course, she speaks Russian and Ukrainian. She speaks excellent English, but also Spanish. And so I want to talk a little bit about that journey to Mexico. And she is now so good at Spanish that she provides advice and help to people on YouTube about learning English and about learning Russian. And her pronunciation in Spanish, to my ears, sounds very Mexican. And I don't want to exhibit any prejudices, but very often Slavic language speakers seem to have trouble speaking sort of accent-free. That's a generalization, it's not fair. So I'm very curious to find out how Iryna found herself in Mexico and how come she speaks such good Spanish and English. Hello, Iryna.
Hello, Steve. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Sorry for the long introduction, but I think it's going to be quite interesting to our viewers. First of all, what brought you to Mexico from Ukraine?
So I moved to Mexico in 2013 because I met my Mexican right now husband, in that time boyfriend, and so love brought me to Mexico.
Often the case.
Yes, and right now is very popular, these kind of stories, and my life changed like completely, completely, yes.
And when you arrived in Mexico, what was your level of Spanish?
Zero. So I knew before I moved, I traveled to Mexico several times. I've been like 6 weeks and 3 weeks, and I didn't learn really anything about in Spanish. I knew like gracias, how are you, like cómo estás, all these basic stuff. And I moved, and my goal was to learn Spanish. You know, you told me that my English is good. Actually, all my life I struggled with learning languages, any languages, English especially, because for me it's like very hard. I don't know. So right now I think I learned English actually because I learned Spanish. In this point of my life, Spanish is my main language after Ukrainian and Russian, of course. Yes. So my goal was to learn Spanish. I wanted to integrate to the culture. I understood that Mexico is a country with a lot of identity, and I needed to learn Spanish to be part of this country, to be a good citizen, you know. And I learned I had several courses there in the school for foreigners, and I took it very seriously, actually.
So many questions I have, but first of all, you said that you think that studying Spanish helped you improve your English. Did I understand correctly?
Yes.
I've had the same experience. If you learn another language, you get better at the languages that you were up to that point trying to learn. So that's very interesting to me. And
like a lot of vocabulary is similar, and actually grammatical stuff also has been as estado. It's very similar. For me, English grammar was always very difficult, and thanks to Spanish grammar, I could learn some English grammar also.
I also think, but I have no proof of this, that when we learn languages, we require a certain degree of flexibility in the brain. And if you, say, do different sports, the more sports you do, the more flexible you're going to be. And I think the fact of learning Spanish makes your brain more open, more flexible, more capable of doing better in acquiring, language habits in English. But that's just my theory. So the second thing is, you said, I'm going to become, so you were very determined to be as fluent as you could be in Spanish. Now,
yes.
And I imagine that not every expat, I mean, you're married to a Mexican, so I'm not sure you qualify as an expat, but a lot of the foreigners who live in Mexico, they don't all commit themselves to learning Spanish, or do they?
Yes, of course. Some of the people I know, especially girls, they learn Spanish by Mexican telenovelas, of course.
Yes.
It's not my approaching because I don't think I'm so good to learn language just by listening, so I need some classes. My goal was actually, after I moved to Mexico, to become a TV host, and I understood that I need to speak like no accent,
right.
and everybody told me like it's not possible, you always will have your accent. So but at some point I became so fluent that people like not only fluent but in question about accent, so some people they confuse, they think I was born in Mexico. Sometimes they asking, it's not just because I want to speak about myself like I don't have any accent. No, the accent is okay, but for me at that point of my life was so important to get rid of my accent, to be on TV, and I want to pursue that dream, and I had that dream, so I really worked on the Mexican TV, and so for me it was so important that I did it. So I don't know, it was my cue idea, you know.
Right, but part of it is that you wanted to be Mexican, you wanted to fit in, and I think that's a very important part of learning a language, and it's a very important part of pronunciation. So if you want to be like them, you want to be part of that group, so then you don't resist the way they pronounce things, you absorb the way they pronounce things, you start to use their structures and their phraseology and all of these things because you sympathize with them, you want to be them. And I think that's a big part of pronunciation and a big part of language learning. But you had a very specific goal, which was to be on television. So therefore, I gather you actually took some specific sort of lessons, coaching in pronunciation. Is that true?
Yes, I had a coaching of my accent, for my accent. I had a great teacher actually, she's very good. She's working with actors that are coming from different places, and a lot of them are from Slavic countries, which is difficult to work with this with us because we have a lot of accent. And I worked like for 1.5 years. Maybe like really working hard, maybe for 1 year. It was one class a week, but I had also homework. I needed the pronunciation stuff, like exercises, working with them, with some stuff and texts, and all of that. So
No, I was just going to say, what sorts of things? Like when you say, I know a lot of actors and actresses, they have these accent coaches, and we see movie actors who can, speak in different accents and very well and so forth and so on. But what do they do? What specifics? Like what are the specific steps, instructional methods?
Like the first idea that we need to understand what is accent. Accent is three things. The vocabulary, because in Spanish is very different in all of the countries, Latin America and Spain. So vocabulary is different. The second one is the phonetic, the pronunciation of certain letters, because in, I don't know, I had problems with R and D. Is different in Ukrainian, Russian, and of course when you speak about the Spanish of Argentina or Mexico is different, because in Mexico we don't say sh, like we pronounce some words differently and letters, yes. And the third one is the song, the melody that has the language, yes. So actually it's the same in different, not only Ukrainian, Russian are different from Spanish, but also Spanish in all of these countries are different. The Argentinian accent have their own song, the Spanish from Spain is their own song. So I like so much Spanish because of that. It's so different in all of these places, and I like to get to know people from Paraguay, Bolivia, Ecuador, Venezuela, Colombia, I don't know, Spain, different part of Spain, Argentina, of course. So what we do on our classes, what we did is, I don't know, we worked with the, one of the classic exercises is work with the pen, so you put pen like this and pronunciate things, but this one is a little old-fashioned exercise. We use the, how do you call from the wine, the corcho, the bottle of wine, and you have this corcho that you close the bottle.
Cork.
Yes, and
Yeah.
you put it like this.
Mm-hmm.
And and you start to pronunciate this.
Pronounce, yeah.
Yes, pronounce the text. We worked a lot with the texts that are oriented to several to specific letter. Yes, it's R, it's D, O, A, because you know very well that in Russian we don't pronounce O.
But
we
you do in
pronounce
Ukrainian.
it like. Yes, we do in Ukrainian. So I think that's why I think like Ukrainians, they have more possibilities to improve their accent because we have more. We speak both languages that are
I'm
similar,
convinced-
but also have different pronunciation and different. I don't know, the philosophy, the feeling is different. So we have more
Absolutely.
rank of.
I think Ukrainians speak two languages, so they're at an advantage. The more languages you speak, the easier it is to learn new languages, for sure. Now, at your YouTube channel, you teach English to Spanish speakers. Spanish? No. Russian? No. Sorry. Okay, let me... I'm mentioning this because I'm going to make sure people go to your channel to hear the interview that we just did in Spanish so they can hear you in Spanish. Because some people are asking them, probably saying to themselves, well, I'd like to hear Iryna speak Spanish. They can go to your channel and they can hear our interview in Spanish. But tell me, what do you do at your YouTube channel? What's your objective there?
I started my YouTube channel when I wanted to improve my accent and improve my Spanish because it's so difficult to like you speak and you don't hear yourself when you speak in your daily life. But when you hear yourself speaking on camera, when you hear these recordings, you're like, my accent is so strong. Or I started to understand my pronunciation, like the mistakes that I make. It was actually one of the exercises that helped me improve my Spanish. So I started my channel just to be to have followers, to grow, that people can see me, that I can work later on TV. Also to practice, and I started to share my life as a Ukrainian in Mexico, do blogs, travels, speaking about my journey, how I learned Spanish, because a lot of my followers are from Mexico and they wanted to know, how did you learn Spanish so well? Can you help us to learn another language, especially Russian?
Okay, so
of
more
course
Russian.
I promote.
I saw a video of yours where you were talking about pronunciation in English, so I had assumed you were also helping Mexicans learn English, but it's more Russian or foreign languages in general.
I also promote to learn English because the English is very important for career, for our travels. Of course, it's important. But mostly, what can I help? I can help with accent in English, clearly. But what can I help is like motivation to learn language wherever you want. I always say that you need to learn language that you want to get to know. You want to get to know the culture of this country because it's so important for me. It's like learning Spanish from Mexico is like. It's incredible because I got to learn the history of Mexico, their famous people. And Mexican culture is so rich, so it's incredible to learn another language. It gives you a lot of knowledge about history, culture, people, and all of that.
You know, I couldn't agree more. We'll leave a link to your YouTube channel in the description box. And what you just said about learning about Mexico and their history and their culture is exactly what I have experienced whenever I have learned another language. You have more of a perfectionist approach than I have had because you had a professional reason, plus you're living there. But it doesn't matter what our goal is, whether we want to achieve perfection and get rid of our accent or simply explore the language. Language learning is such a worthwhile activity. And so I think we're going to leave it there because we have so many things that we agree upon. We could speak forever. But I would encourage people to go to your YouTube channel. And thank you very much for taking the time to visit with me.
Thank you, Steve.